Well, hello, and welcome welcome back to Pizzachan's podcast. I will be your host, Pizzachan. Or you can call me Lizzie. Most of you guys call me Lizzie by now. Captions! Thank you! What would I do without my mods? I am so freaking professional. Check that out. Look at the crowd coming in here. Queen Vic, thank you so much for the sub. I love your face so much. Lexi Lou. We have the great Lexi Lou. We have the cute bit. We have the roll. Beautiful people. And another Vic. Hi, Vic. I figured you'd be here. You wanted to listen to. Well, I have some visuals, but it's mostly listening. It's for your earballing pleasure. Anyway, I should get on with it. Anyway, today's guest is someone very special. She is going to entice you with her beautiful, low, dulcet tones. She is an artiste, a streamer, a gamer, and she is badass. I love her very much, and that is the WildTabi. Let me bring her on so you all can find out all about this beautiful streamer. Okay? Tabby, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, guys, you're gonna have to let me know if you can hear her because I have a boomy voice. You guys know this. Because she has a very soft voice and I have this big, crazy voice and stuff. So
I love your voice though, Lizzie. I love it. If you guys need me to be louder, just let me know and I can talk a little bit louder.
The music is loud? Okay. I hate this. I hate this music. For some reason, it's always super duper loud. Is that better? Is that better? Tell me, Lexi Lou. Is that better? But anyway, Tabby, thank you for taking the time to join my humble podcast.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate you, Boo. How are we doing today?
I was being attacked by things in the rainforest. I was playing a game called Green Hell this morning.
Oh?
It is a survival kind of game. It's kind of like The Forest, but harder.
I was gonna say, is it like The Forest? That sounds like
Except
something that would be like The Forest.
There are so many elements to this game that it's like you can die from being bit by a spider. You can die from leeches. You can die from food poisoning. It's like, dude, this game wants to kill you. As soon as you start, it wants to kill you. So.
Oh my god.
It's so great. Hey, Camo, how are you? All right. And Kid, I see Kid has popped in. Anyway. So tell me how your day is going, Miss Tabby.
My day is going good. I woke up a little bit early today, did a little bit of meal prepping, had some coffee. I'm currently drinking some tea. We're just vibing.
I admire people who can actually get up and meal prep. My idea of meal prep is putting like one of those handy snacks in a Ziploc bag and that's my snack for work, yo. That's it.
That's a mood. No, that's actually something that I recently started getting into. Because with streaming and content creation and everything like that, I'm just okay, so I need to have the time to cook, but I don't want to take time every day to cook so I can do other things. So I just said fuck it. I started doing it on the weekends because I was like, this is whenever I have the time to do it. That is what it is.
All right. Snacks are I know. I'm not at work long enough to actually have a lunch, so I need snacks to keep me in between. Because I'm obsessed with food. Anyway, everybody knows this. I'm obsessed with food. So food. Excuse me. See, the words are hard already. But usually it's handy snacks or pretzels or something weird. I have it stashed in my drawer at work. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
No, snack stashes are very important. They're very functional for life. You need that. You need that in life.
I do, especially since I'm built like Kirby with eyelashes, so I definitely need snacks.
That's a fucking mood as well. Fuck.
Anyway, let us get started with the good stuff. I promise I'll put the hard question first.
Oh Lord.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi guys, I am Tabby. I am a cute and chaotic variety streamer. Here on Twitch, I play, honestly everything: retro, RTS, RPG, horror games. I'm also kind of like a hobby artist. I do, a lot of physical stuff. I do, digital stuff as well. I'm almost words. I can't word today. Oh my god.
It's contagious in my chat. We look right past it. We do. We don't even notice it.
But yeah, I have 3 cats. who I love very much.
Nice.
Yes, I have 3
We will
cats,
need
and they're
pictures of
babies.
those in my Discord because I want to see them.
No, I will absolutely post pictures of them, and they're babies, and they know it. They are all strays that we rescued.
Oh.
And they're babies. But yeah, I like cats, games, books, art, music, typical basic bitch stuff.
Okay. No. Not everybody likes books. What is your favorite type of book do you read? What kind of genre do you like?
Fuck.
Like science fiction, romance, history, Renaissance?
I like science fiction that so like my favorite book is Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park, and I love The Lost World. Both of those are really good. Michael Crichton, I think, is a really good author.
Nice.
I was also really big into The Expanse. The Expanse is one of my favorite series.
I was watching that. That is pretty good. And I was watching a biophysicist actually like react to it, saying how accurate the science part was. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, like the amount of detail that they put in like the science part of it is absolutely incredible. I also really like with a lot of science fiction, also like the human element. Like how humans psychologically, how they handle like discovering things and like what they do with it. That's another part of it that like really like I like on top of like the science part of it. So I think that's probably my favorite genre.
Nice. I like science fiction because, xenomorphs, so.
Xenomorphs.
Yeah, Aliens is my favorite movie of all time, so, obviously, I like science fiction. But,
that's really cool. I haven't seen the first Aliens movie. I saw the second one, and it was one that Rowan actually showed me a few months ago. So I need to get caught up on those.
The first one is definitely different paced because it's just, and I'm not gonna give anything away. It's the ambient. If you've ever played Alien Isolation, it's exactly like that. The tenseness of it, but it's not a lot of gore. You don't really see a whole lot, so that leaves up to the imagination. So
Got you.
I like movies that do that. That like keep it to the imagination. Although I do like your occasional like Jason Voorhees stab you in the chest with a machete, but
yeah, I think those are on a different level, especially like on an artistry level, because then it relies a lot more on like atmosphere and tension and stuff like that, instead of like bam in your face, like here's a bunch of gore and shock value.
Yeah.
So I respect that a lot.
Yeah, there's the other end, it's like we've got the fanciful people over here, and then we have the hack and slash over here. But one of these someday you just need the hack and slash. It's like, give me Saw, let me see this guy torturing these people.
Oh, absolutely.
With super glue in a car, it's great. We love it.
Oh my, oh my god, with super glue in a car.
Yeah. The one guy with super glue, his back was super glued into the car. And he had to drive the car, but the only way he could drive the car is if he ripped his back off of the seat to drive the car.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes. That was actually the lead singer from Linkin Park, too.
Oh, Rip Chester.
Rip Chester. We will miss you, Rip. Anyway.
I remember that now.
Yeah. But anyway, yes. All right, so you have the arts hobby. We'll talk about that later. That's very important. So we're going to ask you, why did you start streaming?
That is honestly kind of a really complicated answer.
Okay.
So whenever I started streaming, or whenever I got on Twitch in general, I kind of like had hit like this whole like purge button on my entire life. I just left a really toxic workplace, just made a long distance move.
Just so you know, you don't have to get personal. Okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Cut a lot of people out of my life, and I just like it was one of those where like and it was also the start of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and this was all a whole bunch of stuff that happened in the span of like 2 weeks. So it was one of those where like I felt like really isolated, and I was like, okay, so like I need to like figure out what I enjoy doing, and essentially get back to basics. And so like I was sitting there and I was like, okay, so like what do I enjoy doing? Like I enjoy video games, I enjoy art, and I enjoy people. And I was like, okay, so how can I take all of these?
Just kidding.
Wow.
Sorry,
I enjoy eating people.
I don't eat people.
enjoy eating
no, it's
people.
okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted. It's horrible.
You're good. But it was one of those where I was like, okay, so like, how do I get back to basics? How do I like bring joy back into my life? And I was like, okay, I had tried the YouTube route before, and doing that was just like one of those things where like doing anything on YouTube is really hard because like if you're doing things like let's play videos, it's really hard to have any kind of like community or growth because it's so oversaturated. And like I'm a very casual gamer. Like I'm not somebody who does speed runs or does things professionally. Um, and like trying to provide that really like high entertainment value content to try to grow on YouTube again, like it's still kind of saturated. But I didn't have the energy to like put into that. So I was just like, okay. Um, so like what else is available out there? And I had started like looking at people on Twitch and watching other streams because I had the app on my PS4 and I was like, well, fuck it, may as well do something. Um, so it was just one of those things where I was just like, okay, there are other people doing this. Why don't I take a shot at it too? And I started from my PS4, you know, just like whenever I played something, you know, hitting that streaming button, having like my laptop in front of me, and I was like, okay, like, you know, let's try it out, let's see where it goes. And that's kind of how I started on it. Since then it's definitely evolved. But yeah, like my start on Twitch was just like that need for something new, to do something new, to do something that like just made me happy.
I think everybody goes through that I need to purge my life moment.
Oh yeah.
It's like I need to get rid of all the crap and just move into something different. But yeah, I mean, that's as good a start as any. I mean, during the pandemic, we couldn't really do a whole lot. So everybody was getting streaming equipment and using YouTube. But YouTube is so complicated.
No, it really is. But the YouTube algorithm is so insane and it's constantly changing. And it's only like recently within the last year or two, you know, with the pandemic and everybody, you know, being home, like it's finally started to gear a little bit more towards gamers and that kind of content, but it wasn't a platform that was built for that. It was crazy. YouTube is crazy.
It is. I just recently started putting my podcasts on there. It's like, whoa, what is going on over here? What? Why is this taking so long? It's like, never mind. I'm just gonna put them on there and ignore them because that's where I'm just storing them. That's it.
Oh, and honestly, I really appreciate that because like I've gone through and I've watched like your previous podcasts. Like
the first ones
I watched
are
one that
so
you did.
bad. They are so bad. My mic was so messed up. It was like, I don't want to listen to my own voice, but I have to. I force myself to.
No, I don't think they're bad at all.
You're just being nice.
Not possible. Not possible. It's you. I'm sorry. Oh. Not possible.
I love you.
No, I love you.
You accept me for my flaws. Okay.
No, well, people should. Nobody's perfect, Bo. You got Bo.
All right. So how long have you been streaming? You said just at the beginning of the pandemic?
Yeah, so my first official stream, I think, was May 20th of 2020. So I've been streaming a little bit over 2 years now. And I became an affiliate January of 2021.
Nice, that's pretty fast work.
Yeah, I hang out in a lot of streaming, which definitely attributed to that.
I did too. Because I got sick. Everybody knows I got sick, so I had to find something to do. So instead of being alone, I listened to podcasts and I watched Twitch. And I made myself known in the communities. And then they're like, why don't you stream? You like horror games. It's like, why would I do that? Here I am.
Hey, you know what? You're doing good, though. But no, honestly, because I met you through Seravium, because I remember, like, every morning in Discord, like, you know, I'd, you know, go and be saying good morning and hi to people. And, like, you were the other person that was always in there being like, hey, good morning. And I was like, oh, she's cute. But yeah, no, like...
I love Sarah.
I love Sarah. Sarah's a very amazing being.
I cried when she said, yeah, I'll do the podcast with you. I was like, oh my God, you're my idol!
Right?
But
I love it.
And she's introduced me to a lot of amazing people who can do amazing things. Like, oh my god. So when you start, you're like, oh, I like this one streamer, and that streamer will raid somebody else, and you're like, oh, that person's cool. And then this person's like, oh, it's like, oh, like through you I met Ro, and Ro is amazing. So it's like, oh, you just introduced me to another person I can watch. But now I have so many people I watch, I have to split myself into like multiple people to watch them all. It's like, ah!
Right?
It's
no,
so
and that's something that I absolutely like. I love about this platform is like, you know, it's one of those things that can like start small, but there's so many incredible, amazing, inspirational people that I have met through the platform that are just like amazing human beings. It's one of those where like I wish like I could listen to 50 different tabs on my internet at once,
right?
So I could watch everybody stream at the same time. And unfortunately, you know, that's just, it's not realistic, but like I love it.
Yeah, everybody has their own mojo to their stream. They go into this stream. If you want super hype and speed run, you go over here. If you want chill and art, you go over here. If you want people hunting dinosaurs, it's like, yes, you got a little bit of everything.
Right.
I love it.
You can pick like whatever vibes that you just like that you're feeling for the day and be like, I'm gonna go hang out over here. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.
Right. Which brings me to my next question. What is your favorite part about streaming?
So honestly, like my favorite, I have two things I will say is my favorite part about streaming. The first one is like, you know, as I said, whenever I started, like I booted up my PS4, went live, and like, you know, I think that's how most streamers start out is like, you know, they hit the go live button while they're playing a game and they just like, you know, they do their thing. A couple of months down the line, I started realizing like what creative things you can put into Twitch, like with your screens, like with your alerts, with your emotes, with your, you know, I started realizing, you know, different tools and different ways that you can, you know, just make, not just like make your chat more interactive, but just like inject your own personality into it. And being able to do that and being something else besides a voice behind a game on a screen, that opened up a whole new world for me. As far as streaming, and being able to do that is honestly, creatively speaking, has made me flourish a lot. And that's one of my favorite things. The other thing that I will say is one of my favorite things is, like, if you ever come to my streams, like, I kind of like have it like how it was whenever I was a kid. I'm a really nostalgic person. And my favorite memories growing up was like, you know, hanging out with my friends in my living room or in my room, you know, just hanging out, vibing. One of us would be playing a game, one of us would be drawing or writing, one of us would just be sitting there on the internet, like, and I feel like with Twitch, it's a lot of those same vibes. You know, you have the people who come, who hang out, just, you know, vibe together, talk shit together, even if they're just like, you know, lurking in the background with, you know, you up on the screen. Like, it's kind of like those same kind of vibes that I remember. And I don't know, it's just, it's my favorite kind of vibes, honestly. It's just hanging out with people and doing what I love to do, what we all love to do. So that's probably my favorite things about Twitch.
I'm a serial lurker. I'll come in, make a big entrance, and then just chill in the background and watch and listen. I could be in the same stream for like 8-9 hours and not say a word and just sit there and listen.
Same. No, I mean, exactly the way. Like, I'll usually, if I'm coming in and lurking on somebody, like, I'll come in, I'll be like, hey, you know, like, how are you guys doing? Are you guys having, you know, like, do like a, you know, how are you guys doing? Like, touch in. Are you guys having a good day? But after that, usually, like, because I'll be working on other stuff in the background, I'll be like, hey, well, I'm lurking, and like, I'll just, you know, I'll shut the fuck up for like hours. Until something catches my attention, I'm all like, oh hey, and then I'll go fucking silent for another couple hours.
Yeah, I'm very similar like that, especially if they're playing, unless they're playing a game that I absolutely adore, Resident Evil, cough cough. But I will sit in the background and just listen to what they have to say. There are a lot of streams I go in just for the commentary. It's like, oh my god, the commentary on this game. They may be playing something I absolutely hate, but if they have the best commentary, it's like, yeah, I'm going in there. I'm gonna chill out and laugh. Some streamers make my face hurt. Laughing so hard, you know what I mean?
And those are the best vibes. Those are obviously some of the best streams to hang out in. Like, there are some people who play games like I don't give a damn about. Like, I'm personally, like, I'm not a Soulsborne streamer, but I'll go in there and I'll work on some of the people's streams that are playing that, because the commentary is just like, it's god tier, and I'm like, okay, this is entertaining and I love it.
Commentary, man. It's like, yeah,
oh my god,
with it.
I love it. That's exactly how that goes. Yeah, I love Phoenix. I love Phoenix. I love his commentary, especially whenever he like comes out with like random like either he's like swearing at something or like the way he says it makes it sound like he's swearing at something. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
Just chef's kiss.
Yeah, I watch another. I wash. I almost said it's like I wash. I don't wash other streamers. Okay, don't get any second ideas. Thank you for the bits. There's one streamer I watch all the time, Matt RPD. He sings while he plays Resident Evil because he marathons them from like Resident Evil 1 to like Resident Evil 4 all in one day. But in
Oh my God,
between
that's
the
beautiful.
bouts of quiet, he will sing random songs. It's like, oh, I do this. I didn't know anybody else did this.
That is so incredible. I love that.
I love that so much.
Oh my lord. No, the random singers is so funny.
It's like, please sing random 80s and 90s songs because that's freaking hilarious. I love it.
Oh my god. No, that reminds me of this one time I was I think I was playing GTFO with Ro one time whenever I was streaming, and Gravitas McBoom Boom, who's one of my mods, like I didn't mean to. It was just one of those things that just like happened to come out, but like it's a game where like you have sentries and like there's friendly fire and stuff if you use it sometimes, and like I was sitting there singing "What Is Love," but I was just like, "Sentry, don't hurt me," and apparently that's a clip that he made that like went down in fucking infamy now, and I'm like, okay, well I guess we're putting this in the channel trailer, like fuck
I
it.
love that. Which is why one of my sound alerts is somebody's watching me because I was singing it. And I didn't even realize I started singing it. Now it's part of my routine. As long with Lizzie in a pot, those two are, every you come in my stream, someone's gonna play either one of those. So it's like, okay, all right, fine.
And it's always like the accidental singing that ends up becoming the meme in the channel, and I'm like,
Right?
why is this a thing?
Why
That's
is
what
this
I
a
love
thing
it.
now? But hey, your
I love
community
it.
says what goes, so you know.
No, that's exactly it. You know, once shit happens, it's out of your control. You know what? I'm here for it. Fuck it.
Right.
It is what it is.
And it's usually the mods that start it. Lexi, just kidding. But
Mhm.
anyway,
Always.
Yeah, it's always
Always.
the mods that start it.
Oh,
Okay, so you
Lord.
told me about the favorite things. Now I'm gonna ask you about the opposite end. What are the things you most hate about Twitch?
Oh, I can go on tangents. I think my most hated thing about Twitch. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I just burped.
That's alright. I better
I think
out
my
than in, I always
biggest-
say.
Right? Oof. But I think one of like my biggest pet peeves whenever it comes to Twitch is people who don't understand or respect boundaries. So like I have a list of rules on my channel. Usually it's the basic, you know, respect, no backseating, you know, just like general basic like streamer rules. And there are people that will come in and will say things that are inappropriate and be like, oh well, it was just a joke. Or oh well, yeah, like don't be a jerk. Essentially is what it comes down to. Sorry, Lexi. But yeah, no, like just people come in and just like act like assholes, and they're like, "Oh, well, I was just joking," or "Oh, well, it was just this," or "Oh, well, it was just that," and I'm like, "But there are rules and there are boundaries." And whenever people break those boundaries, unless it's something that's like really like severe, I'll usually be like, "Hey, like this is a rule. Let's please be respectful." And then like whenever you mention that, like people will be like, "Oh my god, what? I just blah 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 blah," and like blow up about it, and like they don't understand or respect the boundaries that are in place.
Alexi pointed out that, yeah, explain it to me. This, I never see any negativity in my chat, but it's because my mods wipe it out before I see it.
Right. Yeah, explain
They're
it to
like
me.
snipers.
Yep, I had to do that earlier. And I had to do that earlier. Explain it to me then. And then whenever you ask them to explain it, then they're all like, oh, well,
Right.
and yeah, no. On the flip side of that, outside of the viewer standpoint, there are also streamers. And I'm not saying this to call anybody out, so please don't take it for this. But there are streamers, I mean this as in plural, who do not understand the value of having boundaries and maintaining their boundaries. So like for example, like if somebody says something that is questionable, or if they have sound effects and people are spamming the sound effects, and then, you know, if it's in their rules like, hey, don't do this, but then like nothing is ever said because they don't want to lose the view or they don't want to lose the follow, which I understand, like Twitch is a numbers game. Like everybody is trying to grow their communities or trying to do whatever. But whenever it's blatantly obvious that the streamer is getting annoyed or uncomfortable, if the streamer is getting uncomfortable, chances are the chat is also getting uncomfortable. And sometimes you have to weed out that one person that's problematic to keep the 5 in the chat that aren't problematic from leaving. And it's not even necessarily just about numbers, but if you have boundaries, like if people are breaking those boundaries, especially intentionally, that is a matter of respect. And if you set that precedent that you're going to allow people to disrespect you in your own stream, like your stream is your own space. Your stream is your home. That's if there's any place in the internet where you have control over, your stream is going to be it. So if you don't maintain that, and if you don't weed your garden from people who are problematic or anything of that nature, then you're setting your entire self up to fail,
right,
or burn out. But that's something that I see both on the viewer and the streamer end, not as frequently so much anymore, but it is something that is a problem. And I think that if the root cause of that problem was taken care of and addressed, it would solve a lot of problems on the platform in general.
Right.
That's just how I see it.
When I first started, I didn't think I'd be able to have confrontation in my chat without backing down and cowering out, because I don't like confrontation at all.
Right.
So it'd be I don't think I could do anything like that. But now it's hey, before I even get to say anything, my freaking mods have already banned them out of the chat. It's wait, what happened? They're nothing, keep going. It's okay. Blake.
Right, and that's how you know that you have good mods. That's how you know that you have good mods. You need to have the people that protect you, that are on your team, that have your back for cases like that, because it protects you as a person. It protects your chat as well. I admire streamers that have that, no, you may not do this, and immediately slam down the gavel. It's no, stop it right now or you're leaving. And then they actually back up their words, Sarah Avium, who has the Fort Knox of Discord. I love her so much. But yeah, I admire streamers that can do that. You know what I mean? No, I have, and that's one of the reasons out of many why I will always have love and respect for Sarah. Because she, in a way, she really inspired me to be able to do that for my own stream. Because I don't know, I again, whenever I first started streaming, I was in a space where I was trying to get rid of the toxicity. The last thing I needed was to have more of it in the space that I was trying to create. So that helped me immensely. But yeah, no, boundaries are important. Boundaries are always very important. Whether it be for your chat, whether it be for yourself, whether it be going to other people's spaces, boundaries. And it's not just a Twitch thing, it's just in general.
In general, yes. I've never had a bad experience in any of your. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And if you ever do, please let me know. Please let me know if you ever have a bad experience, because if there's shit that needs to be fixed, I want to make sure it's okay for my community.
Girl, no. You've got you got the vibe. Like I said, you have the beautiful dulcet tones of your voice. It's yeah, I'll just sit here and listen to you talk all day, because it's fine. I love it.
Thank you.
Because you don't have a voice that sounds like nails on a chalkboard like me. So I'm go to these streamers with these beautiful voices. It's why can't I talk like them? Can I hire you just to read my audiobook whenever I write my books? Please.
Okay, so I'm gonna be that bitch for a whole half a second. So Lizzie, honestly, you are louder and you are more I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Your voice is a lot more, the word is escaping me.
I'm clapping.
Not exaggerated, but there's nothing wrong with your voice or how you sound. And honestly, the way that you talk, animated, that's the word I'm thinking of. You are very animated with how you talk. And honestly, that's something that I really love and admire about you in your streams is you can always tell how you are because of not just what you say, but how you say it. And that's something that I've always loved and admired about you. I never thought that it was a bad thing. And I don't think that it's anything that it should be considered as a bad thing because that's something that is very uniquely you.
Yeah.
And I think you
Fortunately,
should
I
embrace
can't hide
that,
how
girl.
I'm feeling, so if I'm having a shit day, you're gonna know it.
No, that's a fucking mood too. That's a fucking mood too. Um, but no, seriously, I know that you say that like you love my voice and like whatever. Honestly, like I've hated my voice for like so much of my fucking life, and it's something that I've only recently started to be okay with, like from doing things, going back and watching my VODs. But yeah, please don't ever like shame yourself for how you talk, because that's something that makes you very uniquely you,
Aww.
and it's something that I love and I adore about you.
No, I love you.
I'm
I love
I'm sorry.
That's my problem. It's like you're awesome. You can do this amazing thing. But yeah, that's just me.
No, you're good. You're good, and I get that. I get that a lot. But yeah, no, I wanted to share that. I'm sorry. Hi, my name is Tabby. Thank you for coming to my Tabby talk. Anyway,
Tabby, you should do a podcast with that voice. It's like butter.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Maybe one of these days. Maybe one of these days if I get comfortable talking about stuff. We'll see.
I'll come on with you.
Oh Lord. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. If there's anybody I'd be comfortable with that with, like, it'd be you.
And we could talk about weird stuff.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
like retail work or whatever. That'd be cool. But anyway, but one of the most things that I despise about Twitch is not something that, well, there's a lot of things that irk me, but the underlying drama llama, the high school drama llama that hides underneath. You know, it's like some of these people, they're in the 19 to 50 something range because there's a lot of variety in age, but some of them act like they're freaking teenagers. It's like, hello, stop it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I personally feel like a big part of that stems from the fact that on Twitch, there are two things that factor into that. One of them is the numbers, the amount of followers you have, the amount of viewers you have, essentially the clout is essentially what it boils down to. Whenever there is any kind of clout, and the other thing is money. Whenever people can make money off of a platform, whenever there's any kind of, there's clout and money together will always bring out the fucking drama, because the people that want essentially the attention and the paper, like they're gonna be like, oh well, and they'll fucking, you know, say or do whatever to get what somebody else has instead of focusing on their own shit.
Right.
So I agree with that 1,000,000%.
Because when I first started, I made some very, very poor choices in moderation and
same.
And friendship. And this person was just basically here to bring me down, basically to destroy my streaming career, and I have no idea why. But it's like she just seriously wanted to. She said, yeah, go ahead and stream, but she didn't actually think I was gonna do it. Yeah, a whole chaos ensued where she had everybody believing these horrible things about me, and it nearly destroyed everything. I was like, oh my god. I was like, why? And then a couple months later, same thing happened to another streamer that I love. It's like, why? Why are you doing this? It's constant. And it's like on Twitter, they battle back and forth between it. It's like, stop it. Stop airing your dirty laundry. Stop it.
Oh yeah. No, and that's something like I've you know, I'm not trying to call attention to anybody or any situations, but like I've had to go through my fair share of mods as well. But it's one of those where like I've had to actively make the choice that whenever there are situations that happen, it doesn't matter if it's a mod, a follower, a subscriber, like it does not matter. Like if there's any kind of drama llama that pops up, whoever's causing it, I cut them off, and that's that. I don't fucking deal with it. I don't speak about it. I don't air any dirty laundry. If there is somebody who comes and asks me about it outside of my own mod team, like I let my mods know what's going on because they're there to help me protect my community. Like if there's bullshit going on behind the scenes, like they deserve to know, but I don't talk to anybody about it outside of my own mod team. And those are, you know, people now that I trust.
The only problem with that was that person was actually joining other communities, as their mod to keep me from being in there.
Oh yeah.
I was like, excuse me, why are you wasting all of this time? Do you have all of this free time to do this? It's like, okay.
Oh right.
But yeah. I hate that part about it. That underlying that one person can destroy you. Just one person. And people will believe it, won't come and ask you about it.
Oh yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh yeah. No, there are people that taking other sides whenever it comes to shit like that. But honestly, if it comes to a point where I feel that somebody who has crossed a boundary, like, and I don't, essentially, if I don't feel okay around them, if like, and it sucks that it happens, but there's been times where I've had to, like, leave other communities because, like, shit like that happens. And if it's to the point where, like, if they're gonna believe somebody else's word over mine, or if they're not gonna respect me enough to come to me and ask me about a situation, then that's their own choice and that's their own decision. But I'm not going to sit there and go to people and be like, well, so and so did such and such an XYZ, because at the end of the day, like, everyone's gonna have their own opinions. And I personally just, I don't, like, it sucks. It sucks. Like, it's one of those things that really fucking hurts, especially if it's a community that you've been a part of for a while.
Yeah.
But I don't, it's, as you said, it's high school drama. It's he said, she said bullshit, and it's dirty laundry, and people just need to mind their own fucking business.
This is what we call, like, zero drama in our chat. We like pizza, we like loudness, we like horror movies, we like zombies, we don't like anything else, okay? Just don't bring it in here because we don't want it.
Right. No, just keep the good vibes. As long as the vibes are good, that's all that fucking matters. At the end of the day, that is all that matters.
Right. Okay.
Anything other than that is bullshit.
Yeah. Okay, we don't need to talk about negative stuff anymore, but I wanted to rant about that since you were ranting about your thing. I'll rant about mine.
No, you're perfectly fine, and I get that on a spiritual level, so same, girl.
Okay, so what's the story behind a WildTabi? Why did you choose that?
So, story behind a WildTabi name. I'd actually gone through a couple of other names previous to this one, but they didn't fit. Either I felt like they were just, like, really basic, or like they were a little bit too, I don't know, a little bit too much. So this was like my third or fourth name change. I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, so, like, I want something that is true to me, that is branded, easy to remember, isn't, like, super long, like, WildTabi 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 bazillion and 2, like, like, it's just one of those things. And I'm like, okay, so, like, how do I distill, like, me, the vibes of my streams, the vibes of, like, what I do into something that is short, sweet, and simple? And I had gone through stuff for a while. I've always, like, considered myself, my streams, to be cute and chaotic, and I was like, yeah, but that's, like, kind of long to put into a title of a stream. So I was like, what is the most basic way to do that? And I was like, wild. My streams are wild. I am wild. Like, that's just how it is. So I ended up rebranding to a WildTabi. And it wasn't until after I did this that I realized, oh, hey, that might be a Pokemon reference.
That's cute.
So that was unintentional, which is funny because I don't think I've ever played Pokemon on my streams, but, like, it was something that I wanted, that, like, it explained me, my streams, what I do. But it wasn't, like, cumbersome or anything like that. So that's essentially how I ended up deciding on a WildTabi. And it's been like that for a while now.
What's with the neon? Why did you decide to use the neon?
Because I fucking love neon. Okay, so...
I'm not saying anything's bad with neon. I want a neon pizza, like one of those neon lights to hang up on the wall that has a pizza on it. That's what I get.
Oh my
I love
God.
the feel of the neon, the techno, the synthwave, everything that goes with it. It's so cool. I just want to know why you picked it in those particular colors.
Okay, so the story behind the neon and anything that is bright and shiny, because anytime that I introduce myself with, like, a raid, I'm like, I love cats, snacks, boobs, and bright and shinies. So the first thing that I ever saved money for as a kid, that I still have, it's still hanging up in my craft room to this day, is a black light.
Oh.
So I have this little, like, 1.5 foot, 18-inch black light. I got an allowance whenever I was, like, 10 years old for, keeping my room clean, doing my chores, getting good grades, whatever. And I saved money for this motherfucker for 2 months, which, whenever you're a kid, 2 months is forever.
It is, yeah.
And it was the first thing that I ever saved money for. I got that and a couple of packs of, like, glow-in-the-dark stars and stuff to hang up in my room. And whenever I went to bed at night, like, I'd turn off my lights, I'd turn on my black light, and I'd have, like, all the glowies all around me. And really bright, really neon colors. I think this might be a product of, like, growing up in the 90s. But, like, the Lisa Frank and all of that was like completely my aesthetic. And even whenever I do physical art now, a lot of the paints that I gravitate towards and a lot of the art that I gravitate towards is using like really bright, really bold neon colors that whenever I turn on the black light, it causes that glowy effect. So a lot of the stuff that I do now will have those really bright, bold neon colors and will have that glowy effect. And with my my cat image specifically, yeah, I used a rainbow of colors in it because I don't have a favorite color, which is kind of weird. But my favorite color, honestly, like it depends on my mood. There's some days where I like blues and greens, there's some days where I like pink, there's some days where I like orange, there's some days where I like, you know, red, yellow, purple. I don't have a favorite color. So a lot of the stuff that I do with my emotes, my branding, I will use, you know, an entire ass rainbow. Because I can't pick a favorite color, just 1, 2, 3 colors to brand with, because I love all of it. So that's kind of how that goes.
That's pretty cool. That kind of goes with your wild, cute, and chaotic, because you don't really have a favorite. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's great. It's great.
Well, thank you.
You must be the new guy.
I still have the heart monitor stuck on my chest. So, oh, what was that? I'm finally getting that now? Oh, Legend of Beth, thank you for following. I still have the heart monitor stuck on my chest and the keys of it. So every now and again, I'll like scratch it.
Oh, got you.
Evil. But anyway, all right. So we did that. So what is the most challenging part of streaming for you?
Honestly, imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome with streaming. A lot of times, like, and it hasn't been a problem so much as of recently, but I remember especially like even a few months ago, like I'd be really hesitant about like hitting that go live button or like trying to promote, you know, produce anything, because I'd be like, you know, that question of like, am I even good enough to be doing this? And I feel that a lot with like with streaming, with artwork. And sometimes it does like affect it, and trying to like go through to push through to hit that go live button, and on top of that be entertaining, sometimes that can be really hard to do. But it's one of those where like I've recently started to keep track of week by week of like setting goals, setting achievements, and every week I sit down and I write out, you know, like 1 or 2 or like a list of things that I accomplished that I am proud of, that went well for me, that I wasn't expecting. So that way, whenever I do have those feelings of imposter syndrome, whenever I do question myself, I go back and I can look through this list and it's like, okay, these are the little things. I can't be forgetting this. Like, I got this kind of thing. But yeah, for me, imposter syndrome is probably the most difficult part for being a streamer.
Yeah, everybody, I think any artist or anybody who does anything creative gets hit with that. It's like, am I even good enough to do this? But yeah.
Oh yeah.
But your goal, the way you have your goal set, that's amazing that you can go, hey, I did this today. That's amazing. You did this. When I was going through treatment, I did that too. Hey, I got up and I got dressed. Yay, victory! So,
right.
so this is what I tell everybody. I mean, you know, if it's hard for you, because a lot of people, no matter if you got like depression or anxiety, whatever that's going on in your life, get that little victory. Hey, you get up, you brush your hair, put your makeup on. Yes, get yourself a treat for that, because that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, and especially for me, and this is something with streaming as well as like real life, but like celebrating the little things. It's something that I've found that helps keep me motivated. Like not just like I got this, but also motivated to keep doing it. And this is probably gonna sound kind of stupid, but like romanticize the little things. You make them kind of like, I don't want to say ritualistic, but also kind of in a sense, like put like the conscious effort and mentality and the things that you do to take care of yourself, to take care of your stream, to take care of whatever. So that way, everything you're doing it intentionally, you're doing it with intent. And by doing that, getting the feel goods of like, okay, I'm doing the thing, for me, it's helped me normalize it in my brain. But also like, it's helped me attach like those feel good feelings into doing it. So that way I feel better about the things that I am doing, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Okay.
But
Okay. Sometimes I just say words and I'm like, okay, did that string of words coming together like?
sometimes when I get on rants, if you guys listen to my rants about the zombie apocalypse, I did an entire podcast about the basics of zombie apocalypse, and I swear to God, I did a 24-minute stretch of not breathing.
Oh my God.
I just went, I was like, wait a minute, I have 2 guests. I'm sorry. Tell me to shut the fuck up. Because I will just go.
I love your rants. I love
your rants. You had a good point. I was like, no, the problem is I just took all of that time up with just my ranting.
No, it's all good. Honestly, like I love hearing you rant. Like every time I'm sitting here and I'm listening to your stream and like you just go on a fucking tangent, I'm like, oh, there she goes again. But I love it. You go, girl. You go.
I just go off. It's like I got a story to tell, and you have to sit here and listen. You're my victims.
But it's interesting. It's not even. But it's interesting though. I love hearing you say. Also, the fucking
so
mood.
bad.
I love it.
So, what's one thing you didn't expect when you started streaming?
I mentioned this earlier, but one thing that I really didn't expect whenever I started streaming was the amount of creativity that went into running a stream. The amount of not just creativity. I don't want to say it as work because, like, honestly, I don't like. Is it work? Yes, but like, it's things that I personally really enjoy doing. But finding all of like the things and like the third party applications and like all of the artwork and all of the things that go into making a stream unique besides just the game and the the content and the streamer, but especially on an aesthetic level, like finding all the things that you can do to make your stream your own, because that's it's a part of branding. I wasn't expecting that. Like I was like most people again who were just like, okay, well, I'm streaming now. I'm gonna hit the go live button, boot up the game, and let's go. But whenever I found out about that, like I was like a dog. I just grabbed it like a bone and ran with it. Like I was like, let's fucking go. But like that's something I didn't expect, and I didn't expect how much it would inspire me and push me on a creative level. To keep doing the things I thought that a lot of stuff that went into streaming, that went into like growing the aesthetic, like I thought it might be kind of like tired, like it would feel like work. Not in the slightest. I like everything that I do, that I put into my stream. I love doing it. I enjoy doing it. And I really feel like as a creative, as a person, it's really helped me flourish. But other than that, the other thing that I will say that I didn't expect whenever I started streaming was, and this again kind of ties into the imposter syndrome, but like I wasn't expecting the amount of love, the amount of support, the community that I have grown in the amount of time that I've been on the platform. People can say what you want about the numbers, but I'm sitting here and I'm constantly blown away by like, I have this many people who are interested in my content, that are interested in hanging out and vibing with me on any random day while I do whatever the fuck that it is I'm doing. Like that amount of people that have come together in the community, that to me is still mind-blowing, regardless of what the numbers are. But those two things got like I didn't expect it at all, and I'm grateful. Those
when you first start, it's like, well, everybody's doing this, and it's like, oh, I'll just get one of these cheap overlays and this will be okay. And after a while, it's like, whoa, man, you see somebody else's stream and they got alerts, they got all of these bit reward things, they got channel point redemptions, and you're like, wait, why can't I do that? Wait, why haven't I done that? Question mark. It's like, okay, now I gotta get my ass moving. And the more you do it, and if somebody acknowledges it, holy shit, is that a high. It's like, your stream looks absolutely gorgeous. You're like, yay! Butterflies, rainbows just shoot out of everywhere. It's like, yes! Someone noticed my hard work! It's great.
Oh my god, no, and that's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling. Like, I do what I do to feel like, because I put what I enjoy to the stream, but whenever somebody else recognizes that, it's like, oh, I did a good.
Yeah. Your flashing heart emote is one of my favorite emotes to use. It's like blink, 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 blink.
Oh my god,
it's one of my favorite emotes to use. all the
Thank
time.
you.
It's like, yes, I need to have that emote. But it's,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, you have the upper hand on most people that are not unartistic, but don't have the drawing challenge to them. Like, you can just go, oh well, I'll create that. I like this. I'll create that. It's like, yeah, I'm not me. I can draw, but I'm lazy. It's like, no, I'd rather go on Etsy and find it.
That's also a mood, though. Shit. That's also a mood, though. Oh my god. Like, fuck it. I'll just go find this somewhere else.
I don't feel like drawing it. Drawing takes a lot out of me because if it's not perfect, then it's just like, nope, not good enough. And I'll keep doing it until it is perfect. And there is no perfect. So it's like, yeah, I'll just keep doing it.
That's so true. That's so true. That's so true. No, I feel that on an existential level. And there's been so many times, like, honestly, like, a lot of stuff that I have made, like, I do the best that I can. I'm like, you know what? I don't like this, but I've done the best that I can for now. We'll revisit it later. And I, like, I table, like, hey, I'm going to get this to where I want it to it later. And I put it out there. Mm-hmm. But no, I feel that. I feel that.
So since we're talking about art, let's talk about your art and the art that you do exceptionally well. When did that start? When did that interest start of art?
Honestly, on some base level, I've been interested in art for as long as I can remember. Like, I feel like I kind of started, like, how most little kids did. Like, they like the markers and they like the finger paints or whatever. But, like, that was something that I was really into as a kid, as well as, like, reading. But, like, I didn't start, like, actively, like, regularly drawing until I was in high school. And I'm gonna be aging myself by saying this, but, like, back in the day whenever I was in high school, like, we didn't have iPads or Pinterest or any of that shit. So I just had, like, a notebook full of, like, different, like, anime or, like, video game pictures I printed off the printer and just, like, taped inside of a notebook, and I carried with me wherever whenever I was in school. So, like, whenever I was in school, like, I was never working on homework because I was one of those kids, but I was always drawing. Like, I was always drawing. I was the kid that was always sitting there doodling, and even on, like, my tests and shit, and, like, I always started drawing. After high school, I kind of, like, fell to the wayside for a little bit. And Vic the OG, who's my wife, there was one day where I came home after work, and she's always been incredible and been very supportive in all my creative ventures.
Oh my god, why did you bring that up, Vic?
Vic, god fucking damn it, Vic.
You're dating people because I know what that is. Or it's like, yeah, I'm old too, so way back before the interwebs and the social media, you gotta carry around your notebook and your sketchbook with you at all times.
Right. But yeah, no, I came home and, like, on my crafting table where I just did other stuff, like, I saw she had got me, like, a box that had, like, 8 to 10 canvases in it and a couple of bottles of neon paint. She was like, it's completely surprised me with it. But that's whenever I started getting back into artwork and started doing painting and other stuff. So that's kind of, like, where my art journey has been throughout my life.
So you didn't go to school for it or anything?
No, I did not. I am self-taught.
Be thankful, because you can still be paying off that school loan. I did that.
Yeah, so after high school, art school was honestly the only thing that I genuinely considered going to college for. And the reason why I didn't, first of all, financial reasons, but secondly, because my grades were not good. So I didn't think that there was any school that would really accept me. So I just ended up, like, not applying and, going off and doing my own thing. Which, talking about the financial with college, like, yeah, I'm glad I don't have a student loan that I don't have to pay back. But at the same time, like, I kind of wish that it was something that I still stuck with during that gap time, even if I hadn't gone to school for it. Because I don't know. Old lady regrets.
Old lady regrets. Yeah, I got my husband out of art school. Our building was attached to the computer electronics building, which he was going to school for. So I met him in school. So we crossed each other's paths. So that's how that happened. We've known each other.
Oh my god, That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, he is my best friend, and then he became my husband. I don't even know where he's at. I'm like, would you please shut up? I hate when you do podcasts. But
Oh god. That's so cute. I love that.
but the love of art. You have the natural artist, and there's people that automatically that can do it without any training whatsoever. Me, I used to trace the outside of my Barbies when I was younger and put clothes on them on the outside. It was weird. I used to draw the clothes on there, and then it just progressed from there. And I started copying pictures and from that. And I just went up, and my dad's like, "Hey, send her to art school." I was like, "What? Why would I want to go to art school?" It's like, "What do you want to be?" I was like, "I want to be a veterinarian." He's like, "No, you don't." I was like, "Yes, I do." It's like, "You have to see pet style." I was like, I was terrified. I was like, "Okay, I'm going to art school."
Oh my god!
So I'll definitely go to. I went to art school, and I didn't get a job in art school. I worked at a telemarketing place first, and then I worked at a pet store for 12 years. It didn't happen, but I still love art. I have art all over my house. My art, other people's art, and I appreciate art. Especially your art. And if you guys are interested in Tabby's art, look at this. I made your own man here. Please check her out at these.
God.
Please. Her Etsy shop is open and she does commissions.
Lizzie, thank you.
Because we must support the artists, because artists need love. People treat them like trash on the internet. Don't ever ask an artist to do something for free. Or for internet, like, boats or whatever. It's like, I have this many followers. Who cares? Give me money.
Oh my god. You could go to the landlord, go to the fucking... Be like, can I pay you an exposure, bestie?
Yes, exposure,
No.
yes.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Me? Oh my god, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so since you went to art school, or even if you didn't go to art school, if you were to take some kind of career in the art field, like, what would it be and why?
I've always wanted to do these designing movie posters. Or
nice.
Billboards or something gigantic. I want to see my shit when I'm driving on the road. That's one of my dreams. Or illustrating children's books. But my illustrations sucks. Because I want, like I said, I want everything to be perfect. But I'd love to illustrate children's books.
Got you. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. I was like, because I've seen you do like I've seen you do doodling stuff on stream. I know that you do some kind of like crafting stuff sometimes too.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering but what would Lizzie do?
What would Lizzie do? Lizzie wants to go big or go home. You know, she wants the big billboard. She wants to do movie posters, that kind of thing. I'm not good with the digital stuff though. I'm all old school with like pencil, pens, markers, acrylic paint, all that stuff, you know, all the digital stuff, basically because I can't afford any of that shit. So I do everything old school.
Art is not cheap.
No.
Any kind of art is not cheap.
No,
but yeah, no. Okay, I was just wondering. Thank you.
Nobody ever asked me a question. That's weird. I was like, oh, somebody asked me. But anyway, but yeah, go check out her channels and please, if you like stuff, buy stuff from her. And please go follow her too, by the way, because Tabby's amazing.
Lizzie, thank you.
She's an amazing human being. But we're not done. We still have more questions. Okay. So
wait,
Tabby,
there's more.
What's next for your channel? Are you going to go for a partner? Are you not going to go for a partner? Are you going to split off and do something else? Are you going to do podcasts? Are you going to do like live stream, not live stream, live like tour streams, those kind of things. You know what I mean?
So, as far as my content is concerned with Twitch, I think that I'm still going to be on Twitch and I'm still going to be doing Twitch rather regularly. I am wanting to split back off and go back into YouTube, but not for the same kind of content that I necessarily do on Twitch. So I want to, one thing that I've really been getting into, especially around the house, is I want to start doing stuff that like talks more about homemaking, because I am a housewife. So stuff like cooking, getting the house organized, making sure, I want to do content with that. I want to do content as far as art is concerned.
Girl, I love cooking streams. I will be in there every time you cook. Me and food, we buds.
Bro, right? Bro, right? No, I would like I wanted I want to get to a place where I can do cooking streams. I want to be able to do more art streams. I want to get to a place where I can also do physical art streams because I think that would be really fun. I have like a massive stash of canvases in my craft room closet that are like begging to be like, please paint. But as far as partner is concerned, I will never, and y'all can like record me saying this, notate this.
It is recorded now.
Right? I will never actively partner push. I will not do it. If I ever make partner, I want it to be organic, and I want it to be one of those where it happens because it happens. It doesn't happen because I'm asking people, hey, can you, like, I don't want that. However, if I start branching out on other platforms, YouTube, even TikTok, if I wanted to, like, I want to diversify my content, diversify where I'm putting my content. If things go the way that I hope they will, I think it'll be something that will happen organically. But as of right now, I am perfectly fine being a smaller community, because I want to give my time, my attention to the community that I already have, and not be like, oh, hey, this is a numbers game. Not that I'm saying that new people that come into my community is like, it's about the numbers, but I'm still gathering my bearings with a lot. And if I were to see that rapid growth, I think it would really throw me off center. But eventually, I'm not gonna actively push for partner, but I wouldn't be upset if I got it either. If that makes sense.
No, that perfectly makes sense. No, dear, I have no idea. What? He's just making faces at me. All the lights on his computer just went out while the game was playing. And I was like, I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Oh no.
He's the computer nerd, not me.
That's not.
Yeah, that's weird. And it's still running and everything. That's weird. But anyhow, I just went off track. But no, that perfectly makes sense. I don't think I could ever have more than 20 or so people. I'd feel like super overwhelmed. And
right.
And I lose that relationship feeling that these people are all my family, all my friends. So I'm okay being a small fry. Like I said at the beginning of my second year, I said my only goal is to have 1,000 followers. That's it.
Girl, you're getting close there though. You're over halfway.
That's my biggest goal. That's all I want to do. It's like, hey, I have 1,000 followers. And everybody's like, so? It's like, hey, that's a big goal. Shut up. Go over there. Just go over there. I'll be happy to eat my muffin without you. So it's just really, I have tiny goals. I've made so many friends on here, and that's what's more important to me than having all of those.
Right. No, it's about the connection that you make with people, and I think that that's something that is very important. And I definitely feel, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen in larger streams, but I feel like a lot of the times, like, a lot of that gets lost in the churn of things, like, while you grow as a streamer. And if I do end up growing to that level, that's not something that I'm necessarily looking forward to. I'm still going to do the best that I can. But especially for the people that are here, like, in the beginning, that are, you know, that are actually my friends, that are people that genuinely care about me, and vice versa, that's worth its weight in gold. It really is.
One of the reasons I started doing the podcast in the first place, because I find other streamers, how they start, how they perceive what they are doing, it's so fascinating to me. Plus, the world needs to know about how the rest of these the world can see all of these other streamers like Pokemon, whatever. But that's a YouTuber. But she streams too, doesn't she? I don't care. But anyway, these huge streamers are out there with all of their fronts and their advertising. It's like, what about these guys in the low that are doing their thing? They are rocking their thing. What about them? So it's like, hey, I want to do podcasts about my favorite peeps. And here we are.
Liz, you were such a good bean. I love you.
I want people to see why I love you so much. And it's like, and I'm seeing the people from my community going out to their community and going to see their streams and what they're about. And I'm like, yes, my evil plot is working. Like, one of the things in my chat is positive harassment. I'm positively harassing you with my community now. They're gonna come in and say hi, and they're gonna talk to you about games because this is what we do.
Hey, I'm more than okay with it. You have one of the best communities that I've seen on Twitch in general. I love how close knit you guys are. I love the vibes that you all have. Like, it's never been like fucking. Well, I'm okay with weird.
Yeah, we're
I
all
love
weird.
I love weird. I also love chaotic. I don't like fucking asshole people, and I've never seen an asshole in your fucking community, especially people who come around that are regulars. And I just
That's
like
funny.
I love the vibes.
You know why? Because the band monster gets them. Lexi Lou is a sniper. All right, she's a witch. She can see through other worlds. She like taps into the other universe and goes, "Nope, you're gonna be an asshole." Stop, and zaps them before they even come in. That has to be it.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Every time I see the band hammer go, it makes me think of Super Smash Brothers. And like in the beginning, whenever they pick up the hammer, it's all like and just like bonking on the head and sending them flying. Like that's what I think of whenever I see mods do that with a band hammer, and I love it. I'm fucking here for it.
You do a lot of retro streams, don't you?
Yeah, I do retro streams.
Didn't you do Mario once? Was I watching you play Mario?
Yes, I did Mario 1 and Mario 2. I'm hoping to do Mario 3 at some point. I didn't beat any of them, but yeah, I've done them.
Yeah, me and Mario 3 have a love-hate relationship. Especially with that level with the sun, okay? It's like, no.
Oh, yeah, the angry sun, no.
Yeah, no. We don't want to talk about the angry sun anymore, no. It's just not. Alright. So going back to the art thing, I don't know why I jumped subjects like that, but hey, I'm glad this isn't a professional podcast. I roll.
No, you're good, Bobo. You're good, Bobo.
What is your favorite medium to use when you do art? Are you a digital or hands-on in the paint kind of person?
Honestly, both. Also, Grav, I love you, but fuck you. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's another clip he ended up getting from my streamer. I want to about fucking cheap-cheeps.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I can't really pick a favorite medium. So as far as physical art is concerned, like I go with like pencil, paper, sketchbook.
Are you with
whatever?
Graphite pencil, colored pencil, ink?
Graphite pencil, colored pencil, I will also do as well. Ink, I haven't. Okay, so I do have anxiety, and my entire life, like I've always had like a little bit of a tremor in my hands, so me trying to draw straight lines has always been very fucking difficult. So whenever I try to do anything with ink or with just ink, like it always ends up coming out looking like a hot mess. Because with ink, like you can't really do like the whole like sketchy kind of look with like the short small strokes, like how I do with pencil. So I typically stay away from ink, but I do graphite pencil. I will do colored pencil. I want to start working with pastels and start learning about that. That's not something I've done. And as far as painting is concerned, I've done acrylic. I've never tinkered with oil paints before, and I really want to start learning how to use watercolor and gouache.
Watercolor. My baby.
Watercolor is beautiful, but I have no idea how to work that medium.
You have to work fast and know exactly how much water to use. Otherwise, you are screwed.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Because I got these beautiful watercolor pens from Secret Santa I did in their community. And it's like, oh, they're so beautiful. And you have one with the water and you can mix it together. But if you mix the wrong amount of water, like if you don't put enough and that dries, bam, you're done. It's like, fuck!
Oh, Jesus.
And oil paints, they are beautiful, but they take forever to dry. Forever. You can watch them.
And that's why I kind of want to tinker with oils because of that. Because like I love acrylics, but my biggest problem with acrylics is that it dries down too fast for me to be able to blend shit the way that I want to. So I want to play with oils, but also my problem with oils is that I have zero patience. So I don't know. I want to play with it.
We are twinsies. It's like no. Why you taking so long? It's like when I do a painting, I'll start at the corner. It's like I'll paint over here, then I'll paint down here, then I'll paint over here, paint over here. So this dries, and I'll paint down here, paint over here. So now I have 4 corners, and I keep sticking my arm in it.
Yes, yes. Oh my god. That is so accurate. No, because like whenever I'm, especially like, okay, so I try to paint like with my easel, which I have like one of those like little cheap metal easels. I need to get like a good wooden one here eventually. But if I'm painting on a smaller canvas and it's like laying flat on my fucking table, I always like I have to make sure that I paint with specific painting clothes that are like old and already like beat up, or so I don't get like paint all over like my cute Pusheen shirts, because otherwise I will literally cry. Um, but that's how that goes.
I'm gonna have to tell you the mailman story. Everybody in my chat knows about the mailman story. Okay, so I have this ombre painting that's actually sitting behind me. It's orange, yellow, and red. Starts right at the bottom and goes up to yellow. I sectioned it off with frog tape, so it's got cool, sharp lines in it and everything. But me mixing the red was not a good idea, especially when I was wearing a white shirt.
Oh no!
And I went out and I heard the mailman. He knocked on the door because he had a river. So I went outside. I had red paint all up down my arms, on my face, and on my chest. And he looked at me like, I was like, yo, it's paint.
God. Oh my god!
So I just
that's
gave
beautiful.
him a coronary because he thought I was being attacked by a serial killer. But no, dude, it's acrylic paint. Real blood is not this red.
God. I love that. I love everything about that.
But yeah.
That's that's like more effective than having a big dog.
Right? But I was doing Vic will appreciate this, your wifey. I was doing the arc symbol for the game arc. I was painting it. And I was painting the background all black. I was like, why am I painting this all black? So I started at one corner, I kept spinning it, but I kept sticking my fingers in the paint, so I kept like, god damn it, I will never be done with this painting because I have thumbprints in the corner. You can still see some of them. I was like, nope, I ain't touching this thing no more. It's hanging up on my wall. It's beautiful, and I just will not touch it ever again.
Nope, yep, that's a whole thing. And another thing, like if you ever wanted to, like if you had those, I think something that you could do to smooth it out if you ever wanted to would be like to resin it afterwards, but that's a whole other like ball game.
Yeah,
but
no.
yeah, no, like that's I've never fucked with resin, so I don't know anything about that, but
Right,
I've heard things. That's beautiful. No, I relate to that on a fucking spiritual level. Dear God, like anytime I go into my craft room and play with the paints, like I come out and Vic's looking at me like, what the fuck did you just do in there? And I'm like, don't worry about it.
Or if you're a fan of charcoals and chalk, I did a lot of that when I was in doing the still life drawings in school. I'd come home off of the bus and look like I've just been stuffed up a chimney.
Oh my God! See, that's another one that I've never tinkered with.
It's such a great medium to blend and everything, but you get dirty and fast. Ooh.
Yeah, the only time I ever played with charcoal was whenever I was in art class in high school, and I was never good at it. But every time I did, I would like and it's not even just that it's messy; it's that you feel it. Like you feel like that chalky, like, and it just like sticks to you in places like you didn't even realize that you like brushed up against it with, and it's
right?
like, oh my
God,
God,
like a charcoal mustache. It's like, wait, what's going on? Why
right?
do I feel weird? It's great. It's great. I love it.
Oh my.
We've just bonded over paint stories now. This is great.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Also, hashtag relatable content.
Yep. All of my art stories are so bad, but I understand the pen problem. I used to have steady hands, and then, thank you, cancer treatments, now I have a twitch in my one hand, and I can't keep it till it happens to be the one I paint with. So I have to actually hold onto my elbow to keep my line straight, and I get frustrated because it won't be completely straight, and then I have to go back and fix it. It's like, thank you for white paint, because acrylic I can go fix it, but there's no way to fix it in watercolor. So it's like, I just have to sit there and look at my pen for now.
Jesus.
But
I'm sorry, hon. That's crazy.
No. I would rather have a twitch in my hand than be dead. So I'm good.
That's valid. That's valid, and that's very valid.
Yes. So we all jump over our things to do. I've always wanted to do like clay and sculpting and things like that, but I'm stuck at that too. Ugh.
I've never tinkered with like more 3D stuff. Like it's something that I'm curious about. The only thing that I have is 3D is I did like a bowl that I made in high school for like the pottery section that I still have. but that's like it.
Yes, there it is again, guys. If you just happen to want to check out Tabi's store, go do it, please. She's amazing. I need your love. Anyway.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do like pottery or like that. Well, one thing that Lexi Lou does that I really like, she does like cross stitching. I was like, oh, that's really cool. But then I remind myself, hey, idiot, you have podcasting, streaming, art, you write, journaling, diamond painting. Please stop with the hobbies. You are one person. I'm a hobby collector.
No.
I'm like a dragon, a pizza dragon that sits on top of all of my hobbies and never does.
Oh my god, the hobbies are all the shinies. Yes, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Those
I
are my
love
hobbies.
that.
Yeah, recently I picked up bullet journaling, but I've converted that into nano writing journaling. So now I'm using all kinds of cool pictures and stickers and stuff to decorate my books, and I just have no more space. This is bad.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
I need a room just for my hobby shit. That's what it is. I just really just put
Hey,
all my hobby
you know
shit.
what? That's life goals, though. That is fucking life goals. I don't care who you are. You need to have a room for your hobbies at some point in time in your life, please.
Right?
I feel like that is. I genuinely feel like that is something that is good for anybody's mental health, is to have a space where they can just go and do whatever the fuck it is that they love to do.
You know what I mean? You go in there, you got your hobbies, like if you got your computer for gaming, you got your side table for art or drawing, you got your reading over here, cross stitch, you can crochet, knit, whatever, and plus amongst all of your favorite things like your squashmallows, and you got your paintings up here, your glass or whatever, whatever it is you collect, it all surrounded by your things. You are a mini dragon.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I went on another rant and you didn't stop me. Sorry.
No, you're good. It's okay. As I said, I love the rants. I will join you in the rants. It is all good.
Oh my god. But anyway,
back to the question. I'm sorry. I was gonna say, back to the question, do I prefer physical or digital? I was gonna say, like, honestly, like, I don't have a preference either way.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times if I'm like drawing something, or if I'm like, you know, like if I'm making an emote, or if I'm like working on like an actual like illustration or something, I'll usually start in sketchbook and then do another sketch in digital and then refine it in digital. Sometimes it's the other way around, but it honestly all just kind of like depends on like what I'm feeling or how it's working for me. There's sometimes where digital works better. There's sometimes where physical works better. It's weird. But I honestly, like, I don't have a preference as far as like those two are concerned.
I think I like having though all of the, this is gonna sound weird, but I like all the paint and pencil marks and tape and whatever all over my hands. I don't know. I enjoy it. I like you. I have an outfit that I do this in. Whenever I'm walking around,
Right.
It looks like I just got attacked by a paintbrush, an angry one. And it's like, yes, this, you get into your zone. But art is something that consumes me. Also with writing, the same way I get consumed. It's like I completely lose this track of time. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, no, that's definitely valid. It depends on what I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm indecisive. I don't know what we're doing today. But no, I get that.
I'm speaking to your soul, Vic. Yeah, I totally see. I have a problem with my hobbies. I get so into my hobbies that I forget where I am and what time it is. I don't know if you get that way, Tabby. I do.
Oh no, I
Eats
am
me.
1,000,000%. I would 1,000,000% get that way. I was like that the other day. I was working on emotes on stream, and I straight up, like, I went down, I did some doodling. I thought that like maybe like 10 minutes had passed. I popped my head up, you know, and it had been like an hour and a half, and I'm like, oh, I should probably like go stand up and stretch or do something. And it gets like that, like, and I'm sitting there, like, you know, working on something, and it's like, okay, like, why does my back hurt? Why is my butt falling asleep? Like, why do I feel like this?
Yep.
And then I look at the clock and I'm like, oh,
Oh
that
wow!
might have something to do
I
with
need
it.
to get up.
Right. No,
Like, why is my
that struggle
bone
is so
numb?
real.
My cheeks are numb. I must get up. Yes, yeah. It's usually that the hunger meter goes off. It's like, wait, what time is it? Why I didn't eat food? And and then have to go find a snack.
No, for real. Like you'll be sitting there like your stomach just like starts growling out of nowhere, and you're like, why am I hungry? I just ate like a half hour ago.
Right?
Wrong.
I'm sure everybody has something like that where they totally get sucked into it.
Oh yeah.
But for creators, art or their obvious craft, knitting, cross stitching, beading. Well, that hobby would drive me insane because I knew I'd lose beads and I'd have to search everywhere to find them. So yeah.
I'd lose beads and then I'd be waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning by a cat chasing it across the house and smacking it into the wall.
Have it stuck to you in your bed.
Oh my god.
Like, what is this stuck to my bed? Oh, it's a bead. That's lovely.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get on with these questions. I have tangents. I'm telling you, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
What tips would you? I said tips. Don't get perverted. Would you give to a newbie streamer?
To a newbie streamer, I guess I would suggest that what you put into Twitch is what you are going to get out of it. If you want to grow a community, if you want to monetize your content, you need to understand that in order to do that, like, you can't just like never ever be on Twitch besides when you're streaming, hit that go live button, sign off, and just expect to become, the next big streamer. Like, that's not how that works. If you want to grow a community, if you want to monetize it, you need to understand that you need to, at least on some level, treat it like a business. But if you're streaming, do your research, understand, what all goes into it, what you can do to grow your community, what you can do to interact with your community more, what you can do as far as aesthetics, as branding, what you need to invest in it. And that's if you want to take it to that level. If you just want to hit that go live button and you want to vibe with don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't be doing that, because that is also valid. Doing streaming as a hobby and just doing streaming just to chill and vibe, that is perfectly fine. That's what I did. And I don't regret that. I really don't. But what you put into Twitch is what you're going to get out of Twitch. What you put into your community is what you're going to get out of your community. But before you start streaming, know what your goals are, know what you want to do as a streamer, what you stand for as a streamer, and do what is necessary to meet those goals. But if you don't have a clear vision of it, or you're not willing to put in the time and the effort to what it takes to hit that vision, then yeah, you're not going to get the results that you want. And I think that that's something that, because I've talked to, and the reason why I bring this up is because I've talked to my own personal friends, who know that I stream, and they think that, all I do is like, oh, hey, I'm going to play a game, I'm going to hit the go live button. And like, I've had to explain to them, like, no, like, I've had to like invest in hardware, I've had to invest in equipment, I've had to, find this spot and this spot that helps me do this and this. I have a whole community of people who I'm blessed enough to be able to, be friends with and talk to and be like, hey, exchange ideas with. And that's another thing that I love about Twitch in general is, idea exchanging with other people. Because talking about, my ideas is a good way for me to vent. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off topic.
No, you're still on topic.
What?
You're venting your ideas about your stream. It's fine. You're still talking about streaming.
Okay.
You're still in the realm of streaming, so you're fine. You're not like me talking about hamburgers over here, so you're fine.
No, it's good. But no, it's one of those, like, if you want to grow a community, I'm saying grow a community, not grow clout. There's a difference between the two. And there's a difference between the two. Twitch is about community. I mean, you can go for the clout, but that comes with its own anyway. But just be integral to yourself. Do what's right by you, by your community. Have your boundaries, have your goals, and do what you need to do in order to pursue them. And that can be as big or as small as you want it to be. And there's nothing wrong with whatever way that you take, as long as you're not doing harm to anybody. And I think that's honestly the biggest thing.
Very well said. I wish there was some kind of manual when you started streaming. I mean, I know you can watch YouTube videos, but they all basically say the same thing. Don't look at the numbers. Don't play saturated.
Right.
It's like, please stop.
No, and that's honestly like, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying this to drag anybody who points that out. I mean, to an extent, it is valid advice. But also on the flip side, like, if you're wanting to grow, you need to look at the numbers. Mm-hmm. You need to find out what's working for you and what isn't. If you want to play, the advice about what games to play on stream, honestly, it makes me want to choke somebody.
Right?
Because it's never, and this is something that I found with the amount, because again, I play a variety of games. I play retro, I play horror. It does not matter what game you are playing. It does not matter what you are doing on stream. I can go from a horror game on stream to a cute cat game to an art stream. People will show up to your stream and people will come hang out and vibe for you. It doesn't matter what you are playing. If there are people that are coming in regularly, it is because of you as a person, as you as an entertainer. The game content does not matter. As I said earlier, like, there are plenty of people that play games that I don't give two shits about. But I go and I still hang out in those streams because I love the people. I love the vibes. I love what they bring to the table as compared to the game that they are playing. So that always needs to be the bigger focus as compared to, oh, well, what game am I going to play today? It doesn't fucking matter. What do you want to play today? What vibes are you trying to throw out there? Like, instead of worrying about, like, I feel like as of that point, it makes the game the center focus of the content instead of you, or honestly your chat, as it should be. Your interactions with other people needs to be the center focus. I mean, unless you're like a speedrunner, or like you know, you're doing stuff that's like showcasing like your skills, and that's one thing. But even then, like, it's the interaction, because that's what people come to Twitch for. People come to Twitch for the interaction with the streamer, with the interaction with the community. If they just wanted to see the gameplay, they go to YouTube. You need to understand the platform that you're on. You need to understand, like, you know, why Twitch? Why are you picking Twitch specifically? I don't know. Sorry, that was a whole ass tangent. But anyway, no, yeah, like that's
it was a very accurate tangent. Is what I'm saying too. I mean, you're for example, I play Resident Evil 2 Remake probably about 100 times since I started streaming, and yet people still show up to every stream. It's like, are you guys tired of seeing this yet? It's like, no, because each time you play it, it's different. And it's like it's either dying or not dying or doing something stupid, but yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm not specifically good at any game, but I do love to stream and I do love horror games and zombies. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun while I'm doing it.
Yeah, and that's a passion that shows itself very obviously in your streams, and that's why I always keep coming back. I come back because you always have that, you literally have that passion, and it even comes through. And that's why I said what I said earlier about your voice, like that's something that is very obvious in the way that you do what you do. So it doesn't matter if you're playing the same game over and over and over again. It's still entertaining.
Like what you're playing, know what you want to play. You know what I mean? Know what your goals are, basically.
Know what the hell you want to do.
Yeah, and just, I mean, even if you want to go, oh, play this today, play with that, whatever, just have fun while you're doing it. Unless you're going for career, which, God bless you.
Right.
These partnered folks, man, probably have the biggest headache in the world, you know what I mean? Some of them
probably. Yeah, some of them probably, but yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying.
All right, we are down to our last question. This is my weird off-the-wall question, Tabby. Are you ready?
Yes.
It has nothing to do with streaming.
Okay.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
I think that if I could be remembered for one, if it's one thing, fuck. I guess if it could be one thing, it would be probably my sense of humor. Because I'm one of those people that, like, I genuinely believe that, like, laughter is the best medicine. Like, there's very few situations where it's not okay to make people laugh. And I feel like, you know, somebody who has had depression and whatnot, like, there's been many times where, like, I've laughed and, like, I've just felt a million times better. If I can help that, or, you know, if I can do that for somebody else, that's something that I would really enjoy. Other than that, like, the only thing that I'd want to, like, do or even be remembered for is, you know, inspiring other people and building them up, helping them follow their own dreams. You know, give them whatever motivation or inspiration that they need to have to, like, believe in themselves and just fucking go for it.
Abby,
I think that everybody
cheerleaders for our friends. Have you noticed that? We are twinsies
Yes.
in that respect. So, I mean, I'm not one of those people that get jealous of somebody else's achievements. I'm over here, fuck yeah, with my pom-poms. Yeah, you go, you did it, yoo-hoo! I'm first in line to slap hands, high fives with you, you know? So I'm the person's biggest cheerleader, and I'm glad to find somebody else who does the same thing.
No, for sure. No, and here's the whole thing. Like, whenever you have friends, like, for your friends, for whoever, like, if you see somebody else thriving, fuck yeah, cheer for them, dude. Like, what? I don't understand people who want to tear people down because, like, they are achieving something. Like, what does that bring you?
Mm-hmm.
But build people up.
Mm-hmm.
Just build. There are so many reasons in this world that people want to tear others down. Just build people up. And that's all that I feel like there needs to be more people like that in this world. And that's something that's why I actively try to do it. And that's one thing that I've always noticed with you that I've always appreciated is that, you know, whenever there are people that accomplish something, fuck yeah, let's go. Because, like,
I'm ridiculous.
Why
I'm sorry.
not?
But the world is shitty, okay? The world is shitty, and a lot of people have to deal with shitty situations. Go to your family, you know, it's like, hey, I did this today. Like, yeah, you go. You know what I mean? Even if you're having a bad day, pat, it'll be better. Tomorrow, you come hang out with me, I'll make you laugh, we'll talk about weird shit. So, it's okay. You're a cheerleader, you comfort people, you snuggle them, you give them treats and stuff. You know what I mean? Just be good to each other. Why do we gotta be shitty? The world's shitty.
No, exactly. Exactly. No, just gotta be fucking good. And that's something I always say to people, like, whenever, like, if I'm in a chat and I leave a stream, like, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand where I'm coming from with this, but whenever I tell people to be good whenever I leave, and people are all like, oh no, we're gonna get crazy or whatever, and I'm like, I mean, I understand. I didn't necessarily say behave, but I said be good. Mm-hmm. Be good to yourself. Be good to other people. Just be good. And that's, like, I don't know. It's just my personal thing. But yeah, no, like, just build
you hear
people
that,
up.
chat? Me and Tabby will be your cheerleaders in life.
Yes.
We'll be out there.
Yes.
Though you will not catch me in a cheerleader uniform. I'll be out there in my pajamas going, rah, rah, rah. You are fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Because that's what
So you'll get all the cheers and the cats and the pizza.
That's right. I need a headband with cat ears on, though, just because. I'm one of those people that'll buy random shit like that.
I'm looking at your emote on the stream right now, and it's the headphones with the cat ears, and I'm like, yeah.
Yes. All right, well, we came to the end of my list, Miss Tabby. Does anybody in chat have a question for Miss Tabby? I'm opening the floor now. Be polite, or I'll fucking kick you out. I'm just kidding. You can ask her questions now if you'd like, since we went through those pretty quickly. And then even less rant. See, I'm getting better. Anybody have any questions?
No, you is perfect just the way you are.
You is perfect. I have pizza sauce on my rat blanket. Again. Alright. Nervous! Hey! Hello, Rana Bean. How are you? Another artist. Art of Renell. She did my very first emotes. Little ratty emotes. Unfortunately, I get really sad and depressed when I look at them because I lost them.
Aww.
One had a tumor, and the one died the day right after. So it's like, one right after the other. I lost them both. But, yes, she is another artist. So,
nice.
I know a lot of artists. The other Vic that was in the room, Queen Vic. I'll be interviewing her next one. She does belting, torpedo belt.
Oh, that's so cool.
It is so. It's like I'm gonna stab this a million times. It's like yes, I can get into this hobby.
Oh my god. And see, and that's another. I'm gonna go on like a brief tangent for a second, so I'm sorry, but like that's another thing I love about Twitch is like because of the nature of what it is, there's so many freaking creatives
Mhm.
on this platform. Like you meet artists of all sorts of kinds. You meet people who do actual like drawings or paintings or video editing or music or like like I love it. I love it. Like that's another thing that I did not realize whenever I first started Twitch, but like whenever I started like meeting more people, and that's what helped me like realize like what the possibilities were. Like with Twitch is like how many creative people, and it's just like, you know, as I said, talking about ideas, gathering that inspiration. It's just like
Oh yeah.
I love the
Yeah,
creative
Rana makes,
aspect.
she does model cars also on her channel. She like puts them together. It's like that's frustrating. I could never do those.
Oh my god, I love that.
She's just super creative, and I love her. She's the Rana bee. I have noticed that I call most of the people that I love, hey, you're a bean. This is my beans, and I have little bean emotes. I'm so weird. I don't know why I do these things. I don't understand. All right, so if there's no more questions, Tabby, thank you so much for joining me today.
No, Lizzie, thank you for having me. I appreciate you, Bo.
I love you so much. I wish you all the best for your channel. Always be there when you go live, or try to be there when you go live, because my internet at work sucks because I'm in the basement, so I have trouble watching streams while at work. Very sad.
Thank you, Bo. I appreciate you. I really do, and thank you for having me and talking to me today.
See, I told you it wasn't bad. You did absolutely fine. And I'm gonna put her Twitch channel down here. You guys go and follow her, check her out. Also, she has Etsy. I will bring this back up again because, yeah, if you want to go and check out those things. Always support people in our inner sister circles. That's what I call them, the friendships I have in other communities. They're my sister circles.
I love that.
But, yes, Tabby is amazing. She needs all the love. Thank you, Vic. Thank you for being here, wifey. You're amazing for supporting your other half here. But anyway, Tabby, you can choose to exit out gracefully, or you can hang on with me while I find somebody to raid. But I'm gonna rant for about a couple minutes. So it's up to you.
No, you're good. You're good, Bo. I'll hang out if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, chat.
Okay.
So that was the beautiful Tabby. And I believe our next podcast will be on August 10th, and that is the Great Sneevil. Okay, if you guys don't know who Sneevil is, okay, she is a master Canadian speedrunner. She's almost hit her 10K follower mark. I love her so much, and she equals me in loudness, and I didn't think I'd be able to find a person on Twitch that is loud like me, but she is a very beautiful streamer, and I'm going to have her on, and we're gonna talk and have fun. And like I said, Queen Vic is going to also be on this month on the 28th. Queen Vic is amazing. I keep telling her she needs to voice AI video games because she has that weird, soft, cool, cold voice, but it has a sarcasm in it, kind of like Portal, the Portal AI. It's just really cool. What was that Half-Life that had the AI in it? I can't remember. I don't know. But anyway, chat, thank you so much for joining me today. I love all of you. And Wednesday, we're going to be playing the Mortuary Assistant. If you guys haven't heard of that game, it's freaking creepy, and I love it. I love it. So we're going to do that. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid, yeah? Who do we have? Who do we have? Oh, let's see. Nobody's playing anything spoopy. What am I gonna do now? No one's playing anything spooky.
Are you crazy?
Who's crazy? What's going on? What happened? Ro, why are you gifting subs? Thank you, Ro, for gifting that subs to Vic. Vic, welcome to the pizza party. Excuse me, I'm coughing and dying. Please enjoy the emotes, ad-free viewing, and 30 whole days of my loud-ass mouth. So, let's see where we go. Let's go visit... Oh, say Madison. Let's go visit Peralt, because Peralt is also a Resident Evil / horror streamer. She has a baby chinchilla who's adorable. So we're going to go visit Peralt. Guys, please take care of yourselves. I will see you on Wednesday. And until then, Enjoy some pizza and some time to yourself. Remember to pet your cat or your furry critter and snuggle in the blankets. I love you. Bye-bye.
Pepsi. Pepsi.
Yes.
What a mess.